Welcome back to Trading Wars. Today I'm going to be talking about the best swing plays that I'm looking for next week using my inside bar strategy. So if you're ready, let's step into the war zone. All right, so the first thing that I want to do is talk a little bit about the strategy and what it does. So I use a scanner and I also manually go through the market looking for stocks that close with inside bars on the weekly chart. And from there, I look for potential setups to go long or short, depending on if I see a nice squeeze opportunity, a nice stop loss run. And then from that list, I refine it down to about 10 stocks that I'm looking for to play in the upcoming week. So an inside bar is when the bar closes, so the whole trading range of the week closes within the previous week's range, right? And what it means is that the market is consolidating, it's taking a pause, and usually after pauses, we have acceleration, either to the upside or downside. So no one knows if it's going to be to the upside or downside, but I use a few tools to try to help me guess the correct direction. But at the end of the day, I'm not always right when I take these plays, but I go for good risk to reward. And with the good risk to reward, I don't have to win as often to make profit. So for example, if I'm going for a 2-to-1 risk to reward on these trades, I only need to win 34 out of the next 100 trades to make profit. So however you choose to trade, make sure that your risk management is in place. Okay. So this is Tesla. So I have the list here. So the last time Tesla had an inside bar was right here, this hammer, and this one I shared for free on Twitter. And this one, we took this hammer straight up and I already closed this position and I made 4 times my money on that play. Now Tesla has showed up on the scanner again. It has a double inside bar pattern, which is very rare. If we look back at Tesla, I don't think there was in recent times any double inside bar patterns except for down here. And if you see that, look what came after this, right? So we're just using history and the technical analysis to help us get into these positions, but it doesn't mean it's always going to be right. And you guys have to do your own due diligence. So if you agree with what I'm saying here and you do some analysis, then definitely feel free to enter the trades, but make sure you know why you're doing it. All right. This is my personal way of how I do my swing. So I'm hoping that I can just educate you guys on what I do. Okay. So what I use is something called bracket orders. They're good to cancel, and stop limits. So I only want to get in when the range breaks. And then I have a bracket order, meaning my stop loss will already be in place and my target will already be set. And it's good till cancel, meaning once I put the order in, it just stays. So I put the orders in already today on Sunday. So next week, I don't have to do anything. It's very mechanical. And that's what I love about it as well, because it'll fill me. It'll do its thing. If I don't get filled, then at the end of next week, I'll cancel the order, and so on and so forth. So it's a lot less time consuming than day trading. But you definitely have to put a lot of time scanning and picking stocks. And that's what I'm trying to help you guys with. So whatever setup that I show you guys here, when we have an inside bar, it can either go to the upside or to the downside. So whichever side you choose, that's up to you, depending on what you think the stock is going to do from your own analysis. But for me, specifically with Tesla, especially since I made 4 times my money on this last one here, I'm going to go for the upside here on Tesla. And if I get another 4, I'll be very happy. If not, it doesn't matter. So in terms of targets, what I recommend, it depends if you're doing options or stocks, but definitely at least go for one to one. Okay. So if you're not getting at least 1 times your risk to reward, then you're going to lose in the long run. Okay. So at least try to get that much. And 1 to 1 is pretty fair. You can get that often because the setups are looking for these wicks to be squeezed and a little pop up, and that's easily can get you 1 to 1. So if you're trading options, that could be like 100% return depending on your expiry. But I will actually wait for the trigger. So if I double click here is the exact setup. So entry 858.10, stop 834.10, and I always have a default target of 4 times, so 954.04. But I will adjust this as the trade plays out. So based on what I see, based on where we are, right, based on the market. But like I said, a good rule is just scale out. So if you get 1 to 1, scale out a little bit, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And then the other thing I want to talk about is you can also use this as a way of getting into something that you want to invest in. So PayPal was an example of a stock that I wanted to get in and I didn't have any like long-term holdings in. So we had this inside bar set up on the 16th of November on PayPal, and I took this and I just have been sitting in it from since then, because I wanted to invest in PayPal, because I use PayPal every day. So any company I use every day, I want to be invested in. So right now, this is how I got into PayPal right here. I went in at 194.23 and I've just been sitting in it now, and I've made, let's see how much percentage here. So almost 30%. So that's how you can use this for investing. But when you're investing, you don't have a stop loss because you're going to hold these stocks for longer term. So that depends on what your aim for your portfolio is. So what you're actually trying to do. All right. So let's just go through the rest here. So we have NIO. So NIO, I'm seeing the same thing as Tesla. We have this nice push up. I like this to the upside because of the fact that we can break through this bearish bar and maybe we can squeeze. So the entry is 61.94, stop 56.98. Plug. I'm just taking a chance here on Plug because of this wick. And I think that if we can get going and we can squeeze through this wick, we can have a pop. And then at least I'll be able to get 2 or 3 times if it works out. All right. So the entry there is 68.11. Stop is 60.49. Fubo. So I was day trading this a lot in the last 2 weeks and made some good money day trading it. But now I see a great pattern on the weekly. You see how this wick is in danger of being squeezed. Also, if we can ever get back up here, there's big danger for the shorts to get squeezed as well. So taking a shot there on Fubo. Entry 37.68, stop 31.09. Uber. I love Uber. I've been in this for, since down here. So this one might turn into investment for me if it doesn't work out. But the setup is really nice. It's a bearish bar. And if we break this bearish bar to the upside, I see a lot of potential. So 57.75, stop 54.73. DraftKings. So you guys know I've been in DraftKings since here. That's when I originally got in with the Fibonacci play. So if we look at the Fibonacci from the low to the high, right? So that was a 786. So I've been in there and I'm looking to also add to my position here. So this might also be an investment for me. I'm not sure. We'll see. Entry price 54.29, stop 51.43. So everything so far has been bullish. I only have one bearish trade and I'll show you guys that. Snap again, I see a lot of potential if we can break through and start squeezing these wicks. Entry 54.64, stop 50.12. XOM. So this is the one that I'm shorting just because this has been in a downtrend. If we look at the bigger picture, it's in a downtrend. So even though we have a quick pop here, I know that this pop is lining up with the Fibonacci. So if I draw the Fibonacci right there, so we have the rejection at the 786. And now we have an inside bar on the weekly. So I'm looking to short this to the downside for back to the mid band, or as we get into profitable territory, I will adjust my targets and figure out what I need to do. But the main thing is getting into the trade first. So the entry 46.78, stop 49.16. Mastercard, I'm not too confident in this one, but I'm going to give it a shot just because based on the previous inside bars, we see if Mastercard can get going, it can get going. But recently it's been chopping around a lot. But hopefully, if we start to push back through, maybe this is the push to the all-time highs. So entry 336.96, stop 326.97. Okay. And then these last 3 are optional. I'm still debating if I want to add them on or not because I already have a lot on, and I don't really like trading the wheat stocks anymore because I used to back in the day, and I wrote all of this. And now when I see it down here, it just makes me sad. So I'm not sure, but I want to share this with you guys because I know some of you guys are in these companies. So there's a nice inside bar here. So you guys can either bracket to the upside or to the downside, depending on what direction you want to play. And it's the same thing with Tilray. The last one is Airbnb. And the reason I'm not taking this is because this candle is so big. So for me to get good risk to reward, I'll have to, get huge targets on this. But if you're doing options or something, you want a little squeeze, you can see here that we have these 2 wicks here. So there's a potential for a pop into next week. So that's why I wanted to share with you guys. All right. So just to summarize, we have the inside bar setups, and the inside bars mean consolidation, and I'm looking for acceleration. It's not always going to work, and the direction that you guys play depends on what you want to do. If you want to invest in it or you want to swing it, or you're bearish or bullish, I'm just sharing the ideas here with you guys. Okay. So thank you very much for your time. And if you like this new swing setups that I'm going to be doing and you want me to keep doing it every week, please comment, like, and subscribe, because this is different for me. So if you guys show me support, I will do the work and I will show you guys what I find from the scanners, right? The scanners give me like 1,000 different stocks and I have to come up with a list of 10. So, it takes a lot of time. So I'd appreciate if you guys would help support my channel. Okay. Thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend.